There are many subtle signs that a man has low value. Some are more obvious than others, but all have the potential to lead to a downward spiral in his life. While being low value is not the end of the world, it tends to lead to many problems. There is usually an air of negativity that surrounds someone with low value. This can manifest in many ways, such as through their body language. They may also have a low opinion of themselves, which can be reflected in their interactions with others. Many women find it difficult to be around someone with low value, as they tend to bring them down. Here are 8 hidden signs that a man has low value. 1. He is always trying to impress others. This can be a sign that he is trying to overcompensate for his low value. He may feel like he needs to prove himself in order to be accepted by others. While this may work in the short term, it is likely to lead to disappointment and further feelings of worthlessness. Not to mention, others may find this behavior off-putting. In today's society, many men feel the need to continuously prove their worth. Whether it's through their job, hobbies, or relationships, they feel like they need to be the best. While this may come from a place of insecurity, it can ultimately lead to problems. 2. He is never satisfied with what he has. A low-value man is never satisfied with his life, no matter what he has. He may feel like he's not good enough, no matter how much success he has. This can lead to financial difficulties or relationship issues. It's important to be content with what you have in life, otherwise, you'll always be chasing after something that you may never be able to attain. This can lead to a lot of frustration and unhappiness. Of course, it's also important to have goals and strive for more, but it's key to be satisfied with what you have. This way you can enjoy your life no matter how much or little you have. Many men tend to focus on what they don't have instead of being grateful for what they do have. Yes, it can be easy to get caught up in the rat race and feel like you're never good enough. But it's important to work on being more content with your life, rather than focusing on what you don't have. This doesn't mean that you should settle for where you're at, but you should appreciate what you have. 3. He is always putting other people down. He may do this in a joking way, but it is often a way of making himself feel better. This can be a major turn-off for many women, showing a lack of confidence. It can also make him seem like a bully. Whether he's jokingly putting down his friends, co-workers, or even strangers, this is a major indicator of low value. It can also have negative consequences for him in the long term, as people are less likely to want to be around someone like this. This is a defense mechanism that people with low self-esteem often use. By putting others down, they feel like they are lifting themselves up. However, this is usually not the case. 4. He is always making excuses for his behavior. A man with low value may constantly make excuses for his behavior, even when it is clearly not warranted. He may blame others for his problems or take no responsibility for his actions. This can be frustrating and can make him seem immature and irresponsible. Low-value men often struggle with making good choices in life, leading to many issues. A poor work ethic or cheating in relationships are just a few examples. It can be difficult to have a relationship with someone who always makes excuses for their behavior. If he doesn't take responsibility for his actions, it can make him seem like he's not capable of change. Making excuses for your behavior not only shows a lack of responsibility, but it can also make you seem like you're not willing to change. While there may be mitigating circumstances at times, it's important to see the bigger picture here. 5. He tends to be negative or cynical. Low-value men often have a habit of seeing the worst in situations. This can make them seem pessimistic or even angry at times. They are also more likely to blame others for their own problems. While it's normal to have negative thoughts from time to time, low-value men tend to dwell on them. This can lead to several problems, such as depression or anxiety. It can also make them seem difficult to be around. Being negative not only brings others down, but it can also be a major turn-off. 6. He is always complaining about things. This type of man has a habit of complaining about everything, from small things to major problems. He may even use this as a way of getting attention or avoiding responsibility for their own issues. While it's normal to vent when you're having a bad day, constant complaining is unhealthy and can make you seem like a negative person. It can also make others less likely to want to be around you. If you find yourself constantly complaining, it's important to take a step back and see what might be causing this. Is there something in your life that you're unhappy with? Or are you using complaining to avoid dealing with your own issues? 7. He is always talking about himself. This type of man will often talk about himself rather than listen to others. He may feel like he's the most important person in the room, and his opinions and experiences are more valuable than anyone else's. This can be frustrating for those around him, making conversation difficult. It's important to be a good listener and a good speaker. If you only focus on talking about yourself, you may seem selfish and uninterested in others. Instead, try to focus on having two-way conversations. This way, you can learn more about others, and they can learn more about you. You'll often find that people are drawn to those who are good listeners. So the next time you're talking with someone, try to actively listen and show that you care about what they have to say. This can help you form stronger connections with others and make for more meaningful conversations. 8. He blames others for his own failures. A low-value man will often blame others for his own failures. He may feel like he's not responsible for his own life, and everything that goes wrong is someone else's fault. This can lead to a lot of resentment and unhappiness. Many men who are unwilling to take responsibility for their own lives often turn to anger and aggression as a way of dealing with their issues. It's important to own up to your mistakes, no matter what they are. This is the only way that you can learn from them and grow as a person. Instead of blaming others, try looking within yourself and seeing what you may have done to contribute to your own failures. You'll often find that taking responsibility for your actions can be the first step towards growth and positive change in your life. If you find yourself constantly making excuses or blaming others, it's important to take a step back and look at the bigger picture. Women are often drawn to men who can take responsibility for their own actions, so it's important to work on this aspect of yourself.